Thanks for tuning in to the FATT Show. I'm Dee.
I'm Kevin.
And the FATT Show is football all the time. We talk NFL, college football, and even high school ball.
High school football.
And today we have a special guest via Skype, and this is Rachel Baribeau. She is a sports radio talk show host, sideline reporter, host of the college football playoff national championship, and a Heisman voter. This is Rachel Baribeau. Welcome, Rachel.
Hello. So glad to be with you guys.
You know, I tell you, it was such a pleasure to have you on our show. Not only the fact of just you taking the time, but knowing you being here and having a message and being able to talk to you about a lot of different topics. So we look forward to it. And a little bit of Van Morrison. I know you don't mind that.
I do love the Van Morrison. I came up with great musical influences, and my stepdad is now like my dad. I lost my father in 2014. He got me into Van Morrison, so I appreciate that.
Right on. Brown-eyed girl. All right.
So from the SEC, you got your start early on. I mean, you're a broadcast journalism major from University of Auburn down south. And the interesting thing about where we're at, we're located in the Northwest. We have a little bit of football here. Of course, we got Seahawks a little bit north of us. We've got the Ducks. We've got Beavers. We've got some Portland State Vikings. But there is nothing quite like SEC football.
Well, it's interesting to me and refreshing to have somebody just admit that. There's so many people in other areas of the country that just want to fight it. They're like, no, Big 10 is the best. No, Big 12 is the best. No, Pac-12. And I'm like, listen, for the pageantry and the history and the really how it's like up there with religion and how people shoot each other, unfortunately, write each other out of their wills, excommunicate family members over it. There's nothing like SEC football. I mean, there's just, and for the men, this is kind of funny. If you ever go to a tailgate or go to an SEC football game, you'll see women dressed in pearls, their finest dresses. Like, there's no really jerseys in SEC football. I mean, and you go to Ole Miss and you go to the Globe, and they've got tents set up with chandeliers hanging in them. Like, cookers the size of the back of their truck. And then, so you've got the girls hanging out in the dresses, and they're, doing the tailgating, and they got the TVs and it is just to the max on steroids, SEC football is.
It is like a way of life. It's not just it's not just going to a game. It is football 24/7, 365.
It's the real deal when it comes to even, I think, isn't it a place called Tumor? Is it Tumor's Corner?
Yeah. So Tumor's Corner in Auburn, yeah. Yeah,
so where I see like somebody had teepeed that one year. I mean, it gets serious.
No. Every year, after every win, they teepee it. But there was a guy named Harvey Updike who was a deranged Alabama fan, like completely deranged. And he went down there. This is super unfortunate, but he went down to Auburn. He was so mad, I think, that Auburn beat Alabama one year, and he actually poured herbicide on these 100-year-old oaks that had been there since like late 1800s, early 1900s, and Auburn did everything they could to save them, and they were able to save them, and it was heartbreaking because people have gotten married under these trees, they've gotten engaged under these trees, we've celebrated wins underneath these trees. And so they've since planted and brought in new mature trees, but nothing will ever be like those old oaks. And he went to jail for it. He was so stupid that he called a radio show and bragged about it.
Wow, yeah, not smart. Not smart.
Not at all.
We always talk, Rachel. I find it interesting. I read somewhere that you have two brothers that are involved in sports, a grandmother who's a big, huge football fan, and a stepfather that kind of taught you the ins and outs of football. Tell me a little bit about that, what that was like having that kind of structure.
I just think I was destined to love sports, particularly football. Yesterday you got the Selection Sunday show going on. You've got Tiger Woods, big best ratings NBC has had since I think 5 years or whatever it was on a Sunday outside of the Masters. And then, now you got spring football happening as well. So I just have loved sports. I've loved it my entire life. And people always said, "Did you play?" And I'm like, "Oh man, I was a master at church volleyball. Like I was."
That's awesome.
And this is growing up in Alabama, right?
Yeah, I was a beast in church volleyball, but that was about the only sports I ever played. But I was always at a meet, always at a track, always at a field with my brothers. And then my grandmother, God rest her soul, was a Falcons fan, and she literally, I have it, and it's one of my most treasured items on this earth, and it's a Falcons beanie from the very first year the Atlanta Falcons were in existence. And I wear this thing when we went to the Super Bowl last year and ultimately got beat by the Pats like everybody else, except the Eagles. I was so excited. I wore it for like a week. People were like, "Rachel, you really need to take that thing off." I wore it to church. I wore it to parties. And I was the poor person in the corner at the end. They had to tap me on the shoulder. I was crying. I was inconsolable after the game. But yeah, sports, and particularly football, is in my blood. I like to joke that if football were a man, I would marry it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, for sure.
When I was in the South growing up, it was you pledged your allegiance to a team very young. I mean, you were either Auburn, Alabama, you're either Clemson or South Carolina. You have these, you're all either Ole Miss or Mississippi State, and you're indoctrinated from the time that you were little. And I think for me, I always loved the game, but I remember it was very serendipitous. I worked for the campus TV station, and they sent me out one weekend to cover a game. And I'll never forget, I talked to players about this, what it was like on the sideline for the first time. It was intoxicating. The speed of the game, the crunch of the helmets, the adrenaline, it was just, and they were larger than life. And here I was, this, little, I don't know, junior maybe at the time. But I remember the game, it was Auburn-Syracuse, and it went into like 3 overtimes.
Wow.
And I just thought, this is it. Like, I want to cover this game for the rest of my life. I fell in love.
Mm. We speak a lot, that is an amazing experience, because really you're talking about somebody that, again, we see green, we see certain things that are Oregon-like or Pacific Northwest-like, but it's just a different culture down there. In fact, I'll never forget, I did head out to Charleston, South Carolina, North Carolina area, and I did get some Go Ducks here and there, and I got a little bit of that. Oh, you're from Oregon, but it's just sweet tea. People are saying good morning. I went into one gas station. One lady, attendant there inside the mini mart. She was like, "Oh, hey, honey, can I get you something? What can I get you?" I mean, very Southern hospitality. What an experience! So I can kind of get from you on how that experience is and what it was for you to growing up. But I think the thing is, we look at mentors, right? We like to talk mentors on our show. And so I know, Rachel, in your life, kind of like there were mentors for you growing up and even to where you're at now. Wouldn't you say that mentors have really played such a huge role for you in what you do?
Absolutely. I wouldn't be where I am without the people that helped shape me early on. My adopted father, who adopted me at 18 months old, my grandmother, who taught me just the value. She was a bartender for 50 years. 50 years. Wow. She waited on Truman Capote, Wimp Sanderson, Sonny Smith, Bear Bryant, John Wayne, and then she also waited on Ladies of the Night and soldiers. So to her, people were people, and it didn't matter who you were. All people had intrinsic value and mattered the same. So she taught me about people, and then into my career, guys like Tim Brando and Tony Barnhart and Spencer Tillman, I call them my big three. And then women like Holly Rowe. I just saw a tweet of hers today where she said, I'm watching the selection show for women's NCAA. I've got my iPad. I might be in the hospital getting my chemotherapy treatments, but I am, I'm here and I'm prepared. No one works like that woman and has the heart that she has and the work ethic, particularly dealing with the melanoma that she has. But I remember being a very young buck at SEC Media Days and being terrified, probably 25, maybe 26, and I saw her leaving, and I chased her down, and she's literally about to get in a car. I chased her through like the turnstile in the front of the hotel. She comes back in and sits down and spends 15, 20 minutes with me, and I will never forget that. And ever since then, She's just been somebody that I pray for, that I call when I need, that I ask for advice, because I didn't have a lot of female mentors coming up. When I did, I had more male mentors, and it's different for a woman in this industry. And so I just think about that time that she did not have to spend with me that she did, and I try to pour that into other people because people have poured into me.
You know, you talk about that, interestingly, because she played such a big part. You were talking about some of the challenges in the industry. More male mentors came into play. What was that like as far as, what challenges were you facing at the time trying to get your big break? What would you run into? Give us some examples there, Rachel.
You don't even want to know. I mean, you don't even want to know. Personal things that I could help was the way that I dressed. The way, how I could hold my emotion in front of a boss, how I could, you don't want to go and cry necessarily in front of a boss. You want to, be strong and those things. And, I tell young women, I mentored over 30 young women in about 4 years. And I tell them, here's the deal. Fortunately, unfortunately, it's just the reality of the world. You are going to be judged on their first perception of you, if they can see you, is how you're dressed, how you appear, and that's just the reality of the game. So let's not put this on display. Let's not put other things on display to give them a reason to disrespect you. Obviously they're going to come to hopefully fall in love with your mind, your opinion, your writing skills, your on-camera skills, your radio skills, but let's not give them a reason to do that. I remember a couple of years back there was a famous Telemundo reporter that was in the Giants locker room, and she wore very low-cut tops, and her pants were very low-cut in the back. And she came out and went on Good Morning America and talked about how she was, they said things and catcalled her. Now, listen, I'm not at all saying that's okay, but I am saying when you go into a man's locker room with things on display and not dressed in a professional manner, I can't imagine that you'd be surprised that you would get that reaction.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I can imagine the amount of challenges different than a man going into. I mean, you're just looking at a host of challenges probably along the way. And you said at the very beginning of your statement there, you don't even want to know.
Yes.
And I'm sure that the kind of challenges that you're facing, we really don't need to discuss here. But I mean, we just need to know that you went through challenges that were actually really tough. What would you say to? Go ahead.
I went through Me Too before there was Me Too.
Yeah, interesting.
Wow.
And what would you say then to a young female that wants to be in the industry like you are?
I say a lot of things to them. I tell them I can teach you how to write, how to edit, how to do radio, how to be on camera. I can teach you all those things, but I cannot teach you heart, and I cannot teach you hustle. In this industry, there will be highs of highs, and there will be lows of lows. And you've got to find your people, your family, your friends, whoever it is that keeps you even keel. You can't get too high on the press clippings when they love you, and you can't get too low on the, when they attack you for a beauty mark on your face and say they pay a rat to eat it off your face. I mean, these are things that you read about in comments. And so I say, one, you got to have the heart and the hustle. And it is very hard at times, but it's so rewarding. The relationships, the people you get to meet, the stories you get to tell, the games you get to cover, the emotion you get to see. Heck, I was on the sideline hosting the college football playoff when Alabama comes back this past year and has that unreal finish in the national championship game. And you're just like, what? And somebody sent me a picture, and everybody's stone-faced, and I'm going, I mean, that was the picture. And you get to cover those things. And it's worth it. It's 100% worth it. But you got to have a thick skin. And I did not have that when I got started. And I'm still very sensitive. But you got to have the heart and the hustle and the desire, because the money's not great for most of us. And, you don't do it for you. I don't go cover a game so I can be front and center. I'm just merely a conduit to tell the story, a conduit for somebody else to tell their story, a conduit for you to get what you want or the coverage that you need out of sports. So I tell them all those things, and if they're still there, and I can also tell them if you want to do nights, weekends, lots of time away from your family and your social life. If you still want to do it after that, then maybe you have the gumption for this industry.
And you said just now, weekends, evenings. What did it mean for you early on? What does hustle and grind mean to you?
Early on, my father's now in heaven, but I remember early on I would do Thanksgiving with him, and I'd say, Daddy, I need to go in here and do an interview on Thanksgiving, in your office. And I'd have to do some interviews because I was covering Conference USA at the time as a sideline reporter. Or Daddy, I can only stay for a day and a half. I have to go back on the road. Those types of things. When I was a sideline reporter for the ACC network, it was 14 weeks. You got on a plane very early on Friday morning. You landed at your home stadium. You did interviews with both coordinators, the head coach, some of the star players, and then the week previous, as a sideline reporter, you had interviewed the other coaches, the away coaches, and then additionally 3 or 4 of their players. So you got that all together on a Friday night, and then we had a call time at 6:30 in the morning on Saturday. You do the game, you get on an airplane, you go home, you have Sunday off to catch up on football, other games that you didn't get to cover, and then on Monday you do it all over again.
That I think it rolls into like a three woven cord when you talk about hustle, grind, and then honestly, Rachel, thick skin. You got to have thick skin in the industry of media because there's so many things being said. I mean, from a blog to maybe what you hear or whatever. Even
Twitter.
Twitter, social media now that we have. But people are critiquing people left and right. You see that a lot, right?
Oh my gosh, it's horrible. And I've been critiqued. I've been called all sorts of names and said I got a job for this reason, or I wasn't qualified, or I was frankly unlistenable. One of the things that I like to do on Twitter when people are mean to me is I retweet them and say something really nice. And so it throws them off. They're like, what? Like, what?
They're not getting the reaction totally that they want from you.
Right. And I'm not going to give them that. Every once in a blue moon, because I am a spicy Latina, I will go, it does get under my skin. But for the most part, I just retweet them and say something nice. Because it is the wild, wild west out there on social media. And what I've stopped doing is reading the comments because people go ham in comments. People just lose their mind in comments. And frankly, I don't want to know what you think of me.
All right. Mm-hmm. So let's talk some college football. Yes, let's talk a little bit of college football. Rachel, take us through really, there was something said about, I thought it was an interesting piece here. I read somewhere where when you were covering Nick Saban, you said something that made you a better reporter.
I think for him, he gets his bad rap. And people have a perception of him that he's very tough, he's very hard, that he'll bite your head off. And indeed, he does in certain situations. But if you can withstand the bark, and a little bit of the bite, if you will, he will 9 times out of 10 give you a very thoughtful answer afterwards. And so I knew that. Now, you got to remember, I was an Auburn grad when I took this job. And a lot of people said, I can't believe you would do that. How, you're going to work for the enemy. And I said, I want to be a reporter, an objective reporter. I don't want to just be an Auburn reporter my entire life or just cover Auburn. And, it really was, I went out on a limb and just said, God, I didn't know anybody, I had faith. And that year, I went there in August of 2009. In December, because we were back in the BCS then, I went to Pasadena and covered my very first national championship.
Wow.
As a very young reporter, and again, not knowing anybody in Tuscaloosa and going out on a limb. But my point is so when I first got there, I didn't know his buzzwords. He was newer to Alabama at that time as well, so he wasn't he's never relaxed, so to speak, but he wasn't as comfortable in the fishbowl as he was, I think, now. And there's certain buzzwords that if you use around Nick Saban, he's just going to tee off on you. And one of them for me was, and I did not know this, you don't ask him about the depth chart preseason. You don't do that. And you also, for me, I asked him at the SEC championship if he had time to marinate on the success that gotten him there. Now, for somebody who's very myopic and process-oriented, that teed him off because they were not done.
Right.
Okay? I did not do that. Okay? So he just unleashes on me, and the whole room goes quiet, and I just swallowed and took it. And later on that evening, SportsCenter rolls around, and his answer, made SportsCenter. And a lot of people knew that were in the room. Different people knew that it was my question. I think that little part of it had made SportsCenter. And so I had this dubious honor, and my phone was going crazy. They're like, Rachel. I'm like, I don't want to be on SportsCenter for that. No. But when they stopped the recording on SportsCenter, he actually gave me a thoughtful answer afterwards. So here's the deal with him. Why did he make me a better reporter? Because he taught me to come in with my gun loaded, to do my research, to be strong, to have a thick, layer and exterior, to be bold, to be prepared. And that's what he expects from everybody. A beat reporter that covers him thrice weekly, his players, the janitors, his coaches, everybody, he expects this level of greatness, and that's why he keeps winning over and over again. Now, I will say this, he does have a soft side, but it has to do with his wife. His wife is Miss Terry, and she runs the household according to him. She tells him where to go and how to do it. She picks out his clothes, and if you ever want to see him smile or kind of smirk, ask him about Miss Terry. Last 2 years ago, right before the national championship, their anniversary was coming up, and I want to say it was like their 30th, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. And I just took a stab at it. I knew Miss Terry, and I reached out to her, and I said, hey, would you let me write your love story? I understand your anniversary is coming up. And I thought for sure she would say, no, it's not the right timing, maybe after the national championship. Yeah. And she said, yes, you can. You better write fast. Our anniversary is on Sunday. This was on Friday. So I just gotten finished speaking to Clemson, and I literally pulled over at some subway on the way to the airport and was just furiously typing away as she's telling me these amazing stories about how they met and their love story, how they endure. Two really neat things about him before we go on. One, he never, because he was a poor coach, he never got to take her on a honeymoon. And so every away game, he takes her with him, and that's a honeymoon every single away game every year. And also, when this makes me tear up a little bit, but when he got his first big job and the signing bonus, he paid off her father's mortgage.
That's something that tells you something about the man himself, for sure.
You know what? And I think the thing is, Dee, if we ever get an opportunity to interview Nick Saban, I think I know what the first question will be. It's about Miss Terry, right?
Miss Terry.
Can't go wrong.
So, that leads us into a question that it's kind of burning with us about the college football playoff. We've seen some transitions over the years from just the regular bowl series, bowl championship series, BCS, and then now the college football playoff. Do you see in the future us expanding that?
The college football playoff.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, I do. I do see it expanding. I think we do it at other levels. I definitely see where it's going to happen. I have not been a proponent for expansion since this thing started. And it's not because I'm towing company line, because I work for the college football playoff, hosting their pregame and halftime at the national championship game. It's not that. It's just that I feel like there's always going to be, if there's 8, there's going to be a 9 that's going to be contesting, right? If there were 16, 17 would be contesting. Mm-hmm. So I get that. And some intrigue, some, suspense, some, politicking to get in at the end of the year. I like that. And the only other thing, there's a lot of points, but the only other salient point is this, is I don't want to ruin our regular season. And I worry that if we have a playoff, then we're going to reward, much like the NFL, for when you get hot versus your whole body of work. Mm-hmm. And I just don't know that. And I also don't know if a team that is the 8th ranked team in the country is really the best team in the country. However, I am a logical person, and I understand that this year a UCF that took Auburn to the woodshed, particularly in the second half of the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, and went undefeated. A lot of people on that team, including Shaquem Griffin, who just wowed at the combine, would beg to differ and say, we could have beat Alabama. Don't really think so. Or we could have beat, it maybe could happen. Or we could have beat Georgia. So I see both sides, but it doesn't matter what I think, because here's the thing. It's going to happen. It's about money, and it's going to happen. It is what it is, and there's a clamoring for it. I don't know how long it'll take. At the beginning of it, it was a 12-year contract, and we're going into our 5th year. So, it's going to happen. The writing is on the wall.
I mean, the thing is, it's better than what we did have. I mean, there's been an improvement from the BCS and the computers, where now you have a college football playoff committee. Now, there was a time when you had, me and Dee talked about it, there was that game, Ohio State and Penn State. That was such a huge game that really we teed off on it because we were talking about, Penn State beat Ohio State, and
we really thought that they should have leapfrogged. But then again, I know that they were coming off of a not too recent history that wasn't positive for the university. So you could argue it till from both sides. I know, but we really felt like they chose wrong. I think I don't know how that resonated with you.
And it's just like you're saying how you think that oh no, Little Me College over here needs to be part of this. There's also that same aspect when it comes to the College Football Playoff Committee selecting teams. I mean, we're seeing that with the NCAA tournament in basketball, right?
A lot of controversy this year with the NCAA basketball tournament. The seeding, who got in, who didn't get in, why Oklahoma got in, why USC didn't get in. Just a lot of the seeding and what they did. And there's a lot of controversy there. I think, listen, we've eliminated the computers, but what we've done now is we have humans that are fallible, okay? And so people are going to pick them apart. I do not at all question their character. They're recused. There's a recusal process if you have anything to do with that school. I actually was a part of the mock selection committee a couple of years ago. I played Condoleezza Rice. And
that's awesome.
It was amazing, an amazing opportunity. And what I will tell you is they do not. Now it's hard to believe, but let me feed this to you and give this to you straight. What happened at Penn State in the past? Any perception, any of that is not taken into account at all whatsoever. It is on the field. It is win-loss. It's strength of schedule. It's all of these things, right? And they don't even look at they don't look at the rest of the conference. They look at you, and they also reward you for your scheduling. So if you schedule, very voraciously, they're going to reward you for that. So, people will say all day long, you'll have detractors that will say, oh, well, they want Alabama in over UCF because of Alabama's, prowess. It's this year alone. And they make a really big push to let people know that. So it really was the product on the field.
I like to hear that. That's really nice.
That's really refreshing to hear because, in the back of your mind, it sits there because
Absolutely.
It was a horrific thing to hear about what happened. And we're not going to go into that, but it's just, we were thinking to ourselves with the college football playoff, it gets so close with 4 teams that there's just that 5th team that's seriously banging on their chest going, we deserve it. Look what we did. Look at our resume. So, that's good to hear.
Yeah.